Hi everyone, me again from sunny Smyrna, Georgia, taking a lovely ride on a Sunday afternoon with my lovely wife up front. Helmet cam view, new quiet Riker, lots of things changed for this one. Thought I'd tell you about something interesting, at least interesting to me. I built my house up in North Carolina about, my son's 35, so 36 years ago. Built my house, raised a family there, and now my granddaughter and son-in-law, excuse me, live up there with me and look after the house when I'm not there. And the roof finally wore out. We had noticed a squirrel had burrowed down through the roof back a year or so ago. Might have talked about it, and had to put a new roof on the house. Well, I got a call from him. We had just gotten back from our vacation. Literally, I had not been home an hour. Got a call from him saying that there was a huge storm up at the house, and that the house had been hit by lightning. And I can't figure this out. Their trees are at least 50 to 100, at least 50 feet taller than the house is, and they're all around the house. I mean, right up against the house, all around it. How the hell made it down to the house, I don't know. But the crack of the lightning or the whatever busted some fascia boards. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll try to get a picture of it for you in the in the thumbnail. What I have is a modified A-frame, and it's 20 feet from the deck up to the top of the roof in the front, and it's all glass in front. Anyway, you hit that corner that hangs out over the deck and blew the fascia boards off, plus some underlayment. We used, the builder used plywood to underlay the overhang, and one of those pieces is about half off and hanging there. And so that's bad. And then the worst part is the concussion from the lightning shattered one window, cracked 3 more. And the funny thing was, I don't have a picture of it to show you, but if you've ever got one of those little indoor antennas for your TV, you know, so you can get the local channels now that it's all digital. Well, I had one up about, about 10, 11 feet up off the floors, attached to one of the windows. Just had it stuck up there. Lightning hit that window, somehow burned a hole the size of your little finger through the glass, zapped that antenna, and I mean smoked it. There was soot in like a 1-foot circle all the way around it. Went down the cord, burned the cord off the back of the television set, smoked the modem and the router, and somehow managed to hit the oven. So that's all that we know that's wrong for now. Of course, I'm exhausted from our trip and vacation, want to rest. Nope, I get in the car at 3 in the morning to go up there. And with the help of my son-in-law and my son, we weatherproofed everything in, got a piece of plywood up over the broken window, and stabilized the cracks with the tape on the other windows so that hopefully they won't come through. Spent the rest of the day, of course, called my insurance company right away. They're going to send an adjuster out tomorrow to look at it, see what they're willing to help me with. Went and got an antenna that night or that afternoon to hook up to the TV so that to check out the TV and all. TV turned out, oddly enough, the TV was undamaged. How that happened, I don't know. That antenna screwed right into the back of the TV, but it must have jumped to the wall socket off that cord instead of going into the television set. So got that done. Then we weatherproofed everything as best we could, made some phone calls, and the next day I went hunting for a new modem and router. Well, Spectrum is our provider, so they used to have a store in Albemarle, North Carolina, which is closer to me, but they closed it down a while back, so I had to go into Matthews, North Carolina to pick one up. And they don't open until 10 o'clock in the morning, so I end up sitting on my fanny for a couple hours waiting. And I'm one of about 5 people waiting for the store to open. We go in at 10, and we've been there for a few minutes, and one of the guys turns around and says, "They don't have any modems." And we go, "Oh, great." And fortunately, one of the employees came over and said, "Look, I just got off the phone. They've got some modems at this Charlotte branch. So here's the address." So we all hopped in our cars, and of course I was the last one to get there, but I did get a modem. So that worked out right. The fellow was real nice. I said, "What do I got to do?" He said, "Nothing. Just hook it up." I said, "Okay." And stopped at the Walmart, picked up a new router. Same Netgear, I guess it is what it's called. Hooked everything up. Everything is in the green. I go to try to get online, and my netbook tells me this is not a secure site. Someone might be trying to steal your info or something like that, and it would not let me go any farther. So called Spectrum, our provider, and the automatic computer ran a check, said everything's fine. Got on the phone and talked to a guy named William, who is somewhere, I'm guessing, in India, and had the worst static that I've ever encountered on a phone call. Needless to say, I spent the next 2.5 hours trying to troubleshoot this, try to find out what was going on and why it would not let me in. And he kept saying, "Look, it must be the modem. It's got to be." He said, "Nothing's wrong with the router. Everything's working in the router." So finally I said, "Okay, well, I'm not going to keep holding you on the phone here. I'll try to figure it out." So as I hung up with him, I looked down at the screen and I saw something that had just popped up I had not seen before. It was a Spectrum Net link, and I hit that. My netbook opens, and my book opens up and has a little thing that says, "Oh, it seems like you have a new modem. Let's configure it now." And if it configures itself for 5 minutes, and you guessed it, everything works perfectly. But I had no hair left. I had just about worried myself to death. And but all's well that ends well. Everything's worked. Everything's going on. I needed to get back to Atlanta, so I hopped in the car, headed on back. Halfway back, I get a call from William. You know, the guy in India. And he says, I just want to verify that we talked, and and everything. I want to be sure you were happy with your service. I'm sorry we couldn't get you fixed up, and blah blah blah." And I said, "William, don't worry about it, buddy. You did a great job. Everything's working fine." And he was surprised, and yet he seemed to be happy that he didn't have to speak with me anymore. Although he did ask me to keep his number, his direct number, in case I have any more issues. If you'd like to speak to William, please send me a message, and I will give you his number, and you can call him and speak with him yourself. So that was my adventure. I just got back last night, or no, excuse me, night before last, and everything so far as I know is still working fine. So now I have to get see what the insurance company's going to do for me, and then the hard part. Those were custom windows. I didn't mention that, did I? Those were made due to the house plans. I don't know if I have the plans anymore, but I know I'll get somebody out there to measure them and see if we can find somebody to make 4 new windows, and then fix somebody that can fix the roof and install the windows, because I'm too damn old for that nowadays. Anyway, that was my adventure. See, it can always be worse. So anyway, you guys take care. Talk to you later.